I started the event, so everyone who was following the event just got a ping now.
Oh, okay.
Unless they're already in the VC. So.
But where in where?
If you click on the Lorecast
VC.
VC.
I know. I was actually asking. Oh, here. I found.
Wait, where's people here at? I've just been abandoned.
We're at my base.
Okay.
Because obviously, it's like the first time we did this had this conversation, we started at my base and then we moved to the courthouse. So I've decided that we're just gonna do that again.
I just need to. Nope, it's fine. Okay, so I'll just sit here and then the people on stream can just watch you guys while I'll tweet.
Yeah.
Oh. No worries, Dusty. All right. I need to collect people.
Collect?
There are people who need to come. Day is not here. I don't know if anyone else is not missing.
Oh, I left there.
Yeah. Are they still back here? No, they're not. No, I'm just gonna trust that. I have complete and utter faith in everybody to get to my base without issue. There we go. Done. Problem solved. Now it's
perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad boys infiltrating the Lorecast.
Okay. Let me take a screenshot. Everyone smile.
Oh, don't take my armor off.
What?
Perfect.
Bad boys tower. Being bad.
I mean, the screenshots for the Lorecast just gotta be last minute.
Yeah.
It can't be anything else. I mean, Noah isn't even. Noah is in the back.
No,
it's
it is
fine.
here. You're just behind us.
I'm here.
I
need to take off my armor. I have the.
Is live.
Yay! Oh yeah, I see it. Hang on, let me Twitch stream.
About Empires Season 1 and 2! Exclamation mark. Where's my link? I mean, it's perfectly fine because like these first minutes there aren't many.
Yeah, we spend a couple minutes just everyone filtering in. I'll retweet your tweet.
Yeah, well, I haven't even tweeted it yet.
Oh.
I still need to get my link for Twitch. I mean, I can type it out, but I'm a bit lazy. To get my link for Twitch. I mean, I can type it out, but I'm a bit lazy. To get my link. Oh god, it echoed. I went onto my Twitch and it echoed. I think I tweeted it out.
Yep.
I did. Perfect.
Bam, retweeted. Everyone make sure you like my retweet.
Wait, I can
like the
retweet.
Go on to Butchies.
Go onto my Twitter and like my retweet, retweet my retweet. Or like all Quill's retweet. Yeah, everyone you can't like or retweet Emily's original. You have to do it through someone else's retweet.
Oh my god.
I cannot see your retweet. Oh, there you go.
How does Amethyst work so well with netherite? It's like the same color. Enchanted netherite and amethyst, like for my hat.
Pretty similar, yeah. Actually. Yeah, that's true. Actually, they're pretty similar.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is from my Lizzie skin. Wait, do I still have
I'll save you guys. Don't worry.
My hat. I don't have my snorkel. I gave it away. I have no idea where it is.
Hang on, my trident. There we go.
I think I have. I have my hat.
Yes,
but
Lane.
I don't have Optifine nor the invisible overlay.
Oh yeah.
So I am just suffering.
Yeah, Optifabric doesn't work for 1.19.3, I don't think. So yeah. I've decided, do I want Optifine, or do I just want all my other mods? And I decided I want. Does it?
I mean,
whatever.
I'm using Fabric. I just installed it.
Did I do it wrong? Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I'll live.
Yeah.
Do you have pumpkins?
I have one pumpkin you can rename.
Or maybe it was just Clash.
Where are you?
When you use Optifab, you have to remove sodium, right?
I'm right here.
I think I forgot to remove sodium is the problem.
Where?
Yeah, that's the problem. Oh,
Here
right, well, it's fine.
You can rename this one. I have another one. And, here.
Wait, where's the anvil?
Oh, no!
Yeah. My anvil's over here.
Here. Wait. Here.
I can catch it. Oh.
Catch it.
We did it!
There.
Okay, let's see if it worked. I don't think it worked. Snorkel. Nope, it didn't work. It didn't work. It's still a pumpkin for me.
Oh, I mean, if it was a pumpkin when you catched it, it was not working because it was already named as my hat.
It works for you, but I think it's because I installed Optifine for 1.19.3 instead of 1.19.4 because OptiFabric is 1.19.4. So, I mean, I can do it very last minute. I have 2 minutes to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
2 minutes? Oh, yeah.
I mean,
right.
wait, I have to restart Minecraft.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, no.
Okay, no snorkel for me. No snorkel for me. I'm not allowed.
Yeah, I don't think... I could turn off my game.
You're gonna
drown. I'll save you, Mary. That was a drown coming. I saved your life. You're welcome. There's another one. Oh, I hit you, Brock, I think. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, it's nearly starting.
Nearly. Hi everyone. How's people doing? There you go, done. Stay in chat, or Twitch chat, or Discord chat, or in-game chat. How do people be?
How are you?
I think it's more dangerous than usual because we're right near the entrance, so the drowns that spawn near the entrance can like detect us or see us or something.
How do you guys like the new commands?
Yes, how do you like the new commands? I love them.
The hat command
the bed is really great. Fun. Oh my god.
Yeah, I love the bed. Also, it just keeps like an inventory. It's like an extra inventory slot because I always have a bed in my inventory, so I'll never forget it.
Just added a bit of wonk.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite one is the amethyst little ones, the little shark. This ender chest with Brock's hair is just cursed.
Yeah, it looks like a beak and then like an eye below the beak. It just doesn't work.
My favorite one is the little amethyst ones. Like, I'm not gonna break it, but like these small ones. These look like little crowns.
Can I have some, Brooke? I only have 2.
You're 14 in the chests on your head.
I have one on my ender chest too. Oh wait, I don't know. I'm gonna wear.
Okay, guys, it's time to begin.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Welcome everyone in, MD. Go.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where you are. Hang on.
I'm at the throne.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's my throne, by the way.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Lorecast. It's the 8th episode of Lorecast. Oh god, there's so many people. So today we are going to talk about the difference between season 1 and 2. We have already talked about this, but it was like a predecessor of the Lorecast. It was why we decided to make the Lorecast in the first case. It was because we just thought it was an interesting topic and we wanted to talk about more things. So it just led to a Lorecast, but we never actually recorded the first unofficial Lorecast, so we're having it now again. Also, there's been a lot of changes to season 2 lately, so...
Yeah. I mean, you can have a quick history lesson. in Lorecasting. So yeah, the original thing which we were going to talk about today, although some stuff's happened, so it's actually going to be a bit different, at least on my end. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, a little bit.
It started right in my base. That's why we're in my base currently. And yeah, basically, so we had this conversation, and then Noah was like, "Oh, this is really cool. You should do a podcast." And then we did. So, ta-da!
You're welcome.
It's Noah's idea, basically. If it wasn't for Noah suggesting that, we wouldn't be doing this. So thanks, Noah. Everyone say thank you, Noah. Thank you, Noah.
Thank you, Noah.
You're welcome. I like talking. It just made sense.
Honestly, I'm really glad you suggested it because I have a lot of fun with these. They're great.
I'm really glad that y'all followed through with it.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Just like
it took a few weeks for us to
yeah.
get to it because I think we had this initial conversation mid-January, and
It's been a while.
First check. The first Lorecast was the 4th of February, and it was like I think we had this like early to mid-January, something like that. I think it was like 3 weeks.
I mean, it's been the 8th.
It's already been 8 weeks. 8 weeks. So it's like you can start counting back from there.
No,
basically
I got the spreadsheet open, and I looked at the date. The first one was on the 4th of February.
Yeah.
The precursor, obviously, we didn't date that. But I'm guessing, I think that was mid-January, because it was about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's basically like the unofficial episode 0 of the Lorecast.
Episode 0, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So some of you may be familiar with what we were saying. Like a couple of people were there.
I mean, it was basically just you and Noah talking, and then
it was mostly me and Noah. And
in chat. Then I got involved because I had a Twitch set up ready, so it just made sense for some reason.
It just made sense, yeah.
Yeah.
And here we are now.
And now we're revisiting that never made episode 0.
Yep.
And hopefully we have more thoughts now that
just added a bit of
it's like involved the season 2.
Yeah.
We were very critical of season 2 in the first Lorecast, not unofficial Lorecast, first time we talked about
Episode 0,
it.
yeah.
But honestly, a lot has happened since.
A lot has happened since then, yeah. So it's going to be a lot less.
Also,
it's gonna be.
It feels really funny to think about, right? You know how originally we were gonna have this conversation 2 weeks ago? I think.
I mean, it was even earlier because we have always like, let's do it at another time because then we had something more interesting and then didn't make sense and.
Yeah, I think actually I can check.
Like if you had it 2 weeks ago when we were supposed to have these Lorecasts, our opinions would have been
mostly unchanged from the initial one.
Exactly, like unchanged. It would have been the same as like the unofficial one.
Yeah.
Thank you to my grandpa who was his birthday and I couldn't attend.
Yeah, exactly. Turns out your grandpa's the real MVP here.
I mean, also we have to put a bit of this disclaimer, like all the criticism we like throw at it, like we still love it.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
The first one, it can seem like a bit critical, but like to love something, you also have to be critical of it. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So no matter how much we say about how much we like season 1 over season 2, like we still love it. We love them both. We have a whole server dedicated to it. We are obsessed. So
yeah.
We freak out when Sausage uploads and does his thing every episode, every live stream. He does something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we all still yell every time like we see someone like from Empire's upload a video and we just like scream in the dedicated channel. Like we love it. We're just talking about like things we may want to see or different or what we like from different things. It's not that we don't like it. We love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have like things we want to say about it, basically.
So, how should we get started?
Should we talk about what we thought of season 2 before the whole crown development and the Fae lore?
And the Fae, yeah. So I guess we can start there. So just before the whole, I guess we can start with season 1. Oh, I don't know how to start. There's so much to start. Yeah, I guess we can say to start with, at least me personally, and I think Noah as well, especially before, we preferred season 1 to season 2.
Yes.
Me too. We have some season 1 enjoyers.
I've actually been thinking a little bit about that, like why I love season 1 so much, because I don't know if it has been. I mean, I don't know how that works, but it also may be the nostalgia factor. Like, it may also have been that it was the one that started it all. So, like, despite whatever has happened in season 2 recently, I had already been thinking maybe I was a little bit too harsh on season 1 because of that. But I think that now we can like be a little bit more.
Yeah, we can be critical of them both because like season 1 had a lot of loose ends too, and I'm really hoping for season 2 to tie some of those loose ends. But I know that's kind of impossible to ask for. But
yeah.
I'm really hoping that everyone gets to finish the lore.
Yeah. Same. If we start with season 1, again, I will say the same thing that I said on the unofficial one. I think it ended very suddenly, and we had no real build up to the end. Like, there was some build up, but I don't think it was. I mean, I was not expecting to see everyone post.
It was
like
very
nobody.
suddenly.
I don't think anyone was expecting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like I saw when Lizzie uploaded the finale, and it said finale in the title or something like that.
Just
I think
added a better.
And I was literally like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean finale?" Because I did not see it coming at all. Like, it just completely blindsided me. So I think the ending was really sudden.
Yeah, me neither. I think the first one that I saw was Jimmy's. Like, I saw Jimmy posting, and then it also said like "and" or something, like I can't remember. And then I was really weirded out. Like, the whole thing about the finale, like Nat said, was like it was one episode of build up and then the end. And it was like the one episode of build up was the final episode.
Yeah.
And because before watching Empires, I was very used to seeing SMPs ending as in people started ending their series by themselves. So just randomly seeing that the entire server got together and said like, yes, this is now over. It was like a little bit of a shock, but then it was like, it doesn't even make sense to like, I mean, not that it didn't make sense, it was just very sudden.
Yeah. I think that's probably my like biggest criticism of season 1, the ending.
Yes. Same.
A lot of the other things at season 1 though, I prefer over season 2, at least up until like past 2 weeks. So I guess we should probably explain our thoughts there, because you've said this a few times.
Yeah.
I said this before. Season 1 to me felt a lot like it was one big connected storyline, right? Where all the characters were in this storyline moving forwards together. And season 2, at least up until recently, felt like lots of individual storylines that just happen to be running in parallel with each other. So there was a lot more like kind of codependence on each other in season 1 than in season 2. So as an example, if Sausage just wasn't in season 1 at all, right? If Sausage wasn't in season 1 at all, Jimmy's story would be completely different. Flip's story would be completely different. Gem's story would be completely different. And then even to like a lesser extent, like Shrubs would be fairly different, and Scott's would be fairly different. But because his character was a very important character in everyone else's story, and of course Pearl as well. Yeah, like Muggin said. So, but in season 2, there's a lot less. Oh, sorry, no, I keep going.
No, sorry. Like the thing with season 1, like adding to that point, is that every character, if any of the emperors were to be missing from season 1, everyone else's stories would be different, like very different. And that's what we mentioned in the official one. Unofficial Lorecast. The season, like you said, like season 2 just feels like different storylines that sometimes get a little bit close and then like they interact and then like stray away again.
Yeah.
While since season 1, everyone felt like they were actually living on the same world in the same story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that could be kind of blame the world structure, because like ever since the update with like larger biomes and caves and cliffs, basically, like it's changed SMPs. Like people aren't so close together. But I mean, they're making an effort. For example, with Flip and Lizzie, you couldn't really see Gobland from everywhere, but like now you can see like people's empire from each empire. It just makes everything so much closer.
But I mean, you also have Sanctuary and I forgot the name of Jody's empire. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Eversea, yeah, and the Eversea, and they are like right next to each other, and still like, I mean, I have to admit, I have not caught up to Sausage lore in like recently. I've just seen tweets and stuff because I can't keep up with live streams. But like they have not interacted as much as I would have expected.
Yeah, I mean the last
is so close.
I mean, with the Fae arc, they're interacting more. Like they had like a whole collection thing and stuff.
Yeah, because they have like one common enemy / character, like character through the whole thing, and that's why Sornoth was such a big figure in season 1, because everyone, like even before Sornoth, everyone was already connected, but Sornoth was the one that really grabbed all of the lines of the storylines and meshed them together.
Yeah.
Yes, and like that's why they were like everyone interacting, and that's how, and that's what I'm expecting that happens with the Fae in season 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very honest. I think the Fae is starting the build up to the end of season 2.
Ooh, don't say that.
I mean, the Fae story arc has just gotten started, so there's probably still a while left.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things left too.
I don't know what they plan with it.
If it was like hinting towards the end, like I really think they are starting to do that. Like I really think the Fae are gonna be what ends season 2 world. Yes, and like Muggin said, season 1 ended.
I mean, it was a couple
really
months.
close to the introduction.
It's still like a couple of months. I know it's been like over half a year now since the beginning.
Getting close to a year.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just go to.
Yeah, I
check Scott's channel
when the update ends, like in season 1. Yeah, I think they are like just buying time before season 3 can start in like the new update. I wouldn't be mad if the Fae arc was the one that ended the server, because if they are planning it right now and they actually like make the build up.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it would be it would be an amazing way to end the season, which season 1 did not have, and it would just be a better
It was about 2 months. 2-3
Yeah.
months. Yeah.
Like I don't think it's close. Like very. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna end next week.
No.
If it ends next
No,
week,
it's not
I'm
ending
sorry.
next
But I don't think it's gonna end next week. But I think it's gonna end probably May or like
May?
early
Really?
June. I think it will. Like
I mean, I saw someone on
like-
Twitter saying it could line up with the anniversary of when it started. When did it
Oh
start?
yeah.
oh yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
Started
the season 1 did that
25th of
too.
June.
Like a week later, the season 1's anniversary was happening.
Was
So-
it?
yeah. Like I think it either
season
can
one
line
only
up with.
lasted like 8-10 months or something.
Yeah, if I
25th
remember
of June
correctly,
is when
season
Scott
one,
offered his first episode.
season one
Season
lasted less than a year, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
it lasted less than.
But yeah. And then like you had Afterlife in between these two.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm thinking I think it's gonna end, and then they are gonna have like a mini series again.
Yeah, another
then-
X Life.
Yeah. And they
X-Life
they
wasn't
will.
a miniseries, then. Not
I
like
mean,
Afterlife.
No,
it's
X-Life,
it's just X Life. Like you replace the X with something else.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
they're
don't-
running out of life series that they can call because there's
There's
two
only so
series.
many names you can like.
There's
one
two
or
series
two
with
words.
life in, so
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
they're stealing
They
each
have to
other
also
ideas.
make sure that they don't step on the like third life, last life, double life.
Yeah. Also, life steal, and then I mean, Afterlife they trample on a smaller SMP. Lizzie
Yeah.
made an appearance in that SMP, but like, you have to be careful with the names.
Yeah.
It's running
Yeah.
out
At
of
this point.
names.
You know, Minecraft
Yeah.
SMPs have been going on for like what 12 years or something.
Yeah, basically ever since YouTube was a thing. I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, back on topic.
yeah. So
Rambled again.
yeah, so
Yeah,
I think it's
like-
setting up a good ending for season. I mean, not a good ending because
Still
if-
think we've jumped a bit.
Something a bit angsty.
A bit.
Yeah, if the trend follows.
I know that some of the players have exhausted the angst after the Zornoff arc, but honestly, this fandom is like obsessed with angst.
Yeah. Also,
Oh,
you've
yes.
got like Faye. That's gonna have angst in it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Absolutely. Like, look at all of the people like smiling in the chat.
Smiling
we
in
all,
the
we all love angst. Like, I mean, because we all know if the trend follows and if the same happens, we know that season 2 will end the same as season 1, as in the world will end basically.
Not
Which-
necessarily.
I mean, it doesn't end, but like somehow the empires need to fall. If the trend follows, that's
I mean, the
like
trend is a
key thing.
sample size of 1. It's not
I
really.
know.
That's not a trend line. You
know.
can't draw a trend line from a point.
Listen. But what, like, if they want to follow that line, then I will. If they want to follow that line,
There'll have to be
It's
something that
gonna
affects
be-
all the empires, basically.
yeah,
at
they're
the
gonna have
same
to have
time.
something that happens all of the like affects every empire, or, and here's a thought. What if like the Fae thing ends transporting them to another world, and that's
Ooh.
that's where season 3 starts. I don't know. Like there's a lot of things.
I
that
would
they
like
can
to
do.
think the miniseries starts if they transport it to another world.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I'm thinking. I mean, that might happen. What you said, no, but I'm thinking season 3 would probably have new characters.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's what
kind
I'm.
I'm kind of
Sorry.
leaning towards season 3 not having so much relevance to the former seasons because I kind of like the idea of starting new and
I
not
will
making
say
every
that.
character connect to each other.
I mean, most
I will say
characters in
this.
season 2 are completely separate from the original ones.
Yeah,
The
I
only
will
ones
say-
who are
I will
tying
say
it back
this.
are Sausage, just
Sausage.
Sausage, I think. Just Sausage. And Shelby,
Shelby,
Shelby and
to a
Joey.
much less
Listen,
degree.
Joey and
I think-
Lizzie.
I really like how.
I mean, it has Lizzie.
Yeah,
I mean,
Lizzie,
she's mentioned
Lizzie,
like
Lizzie
like
says
the lost
Lizzie-
she's from the Jungle Empire.
yeah, but
yeah.
like that's not.
She said it. It's
I mean,
canon.
she said it,
Technically-
true, but it's like even if
technically
you know
connected.
absolutely nothing about season 1, that wouldn't take anything away.
No, like, okay, that's what I mean. Like, I like the way Lizzie connected season 1 to season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
my biggest I don't want to call it an issue, but my biggest thing that I like don't like about season 2 is I mean, first that everyone's not connected, basically.
Yeah.
Like that everyone is just
You know,
just
there's something
basically-
wrong when Sausage's neighbor Joey isn't on the Scorby's chart. With
That is-
Oh,
that is
wait,
very
is
wrong.
he not?
I mean, he could have been added, but he hasn't been in months. It's been a while. He isn't connected to Sausage. They're neighbors.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So
they're
you
like-
know there's something wrong there.
Yeah.
Also, the Joel and Scott interactions, there isn't any. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're neighbors. They can see each other. Scott is complaining all the time that Joel is so close and is showing off, but they never interact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Actually, yeah. I mean, what's the point of an SMP if you're not interacting with the other players?
Yeah.
Um,
Like, I think if we tie this back to what we were saying earlier, because we drifted off quite a bit from what I was trying to say
Yeah.
before. Like, it's like in season 1, the characters are all dependent on each other. In season 2, that's not really the case at all. I mean, there is a little bit. There is the whole thing with, like, talking about before Bratwurst and the Face stuff. Like when we had episode 0, basically, there was the whole, not love triangle, the whole love thingamajig between Catherine, Shelby, and Joey. That's
Yes.
good. And then there's the the whole thing between Flip, Jimmy, and Joel, and then
and sausage.
and then Joel and Sausage because of Hermes. The
Yeah.
problem is, at least at the time, we like in mid-January when we had the initial talk, that was literally it.
yeah.
That was all the character connections.
I mean, also with
Like
like
dependencies, rather.
Lizzie and
character
Flip had
dependencies.
something. They had like an alliance going on where they could put her on, and then Flip
But it
and
was-
Jimmy also had something like.
Yeah, like Flip and Jimmy. Like
Yeah.
that's good. Flip and Lizzie didn't. I mean, they said it, but didn't really do anything with it.
I mean,
Yeah, like, they
that
had
was a
an
bit with
alliance.
Ollie, with like Flip
Yeah.
doing the horn and stuff. But I mean, they only like really reacted on it recently
Yeah.
with making the
Yeah,
gunpowder
like-
farm together.
Hmm. So
I
no,
mean,
yeah, now
and that has just started happening. But
like
it
in the
like
past 2
yes, it
weeks,
was
yeah.
published in the beginning, but they didn't interact much until now, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, like up until.
That's the thing,
up
like-
until... Sorry, Noah. Keep going.
Sorry. Season 1, like Muggin said, season 1 had the Wither Rose Alliance or the Codfather Alliance, and they were constantly interacting with each other. They were like the plot points, like all the plot points basically were all the time between all of them. I mean, the alliance basically. Whilst in season 2, the season 2, if this was a single player series for everyone, it would still feel sort of the same, except
Yeah.
for some
Cloud Avengers.
parts and like Jimmy and Flip and the
Yeah.
love triangle thing that was happening. And I think that's what was at least missing in season 2, which
Yeah.
seems to be changing
I mean,
Yeah.
a little bit.
I think the break in January from Empires like really inspired the creators, because like up until
Yeah.
January people had like begun to have like burnout of Empires and stuff. So I feel like the January was good for them, because like then everyone started their villain art. Everyone was like invested in the server suddenly, and they started collaborating, making alliances and stuff. So I think the January did something good. Even though we
Yeah.
didn't get
Yeah.
any Empires videos,
When
like
did the black market thing start?
That was before. It started right before the Hermits or during? Right before, right?
I think it was right before the Hermits.
Yeah.
The other thing is that.
Sorry. Oh no.
I'll let you talk.
Yeah, I was thinking like the crossover as well. It felt, and crossover was weird for me, just because like obviously it was really like, especially like the build especially was like really exciting. Like, oh my god, the Hermits are coming over to Empires, but it felt.
Yeah, it didn't really feel right for the Empire server, because also I was kind of hoping that they would interact more, but then they like the Hermits made their own build. Like, they made their own little empire that was pretty secluded. So people had to go to the Hermit. Had to go to
Hermitopia.
Yeah, Hermitopia to like interact with them. Like they were just like sitting in their corner waiting for people to interact with them.
Yeah.
And I have already said this, but I was so much hoping that they would like come out to empires and stuff and work on them and be like kind of citizen and stuff, like kind of how Scar and Tango did it.
Yeah
I was actually expecting to see more of that. Like I was also like also they started building Hermitopia, and I was like hoping that that was like their base, but they will still be living in other people's empires, because like even like at the beginning when they were added into the server, basically when they crossed over, they all got teleported basically to another empire, except for Doc. I don't know what happened to Doc.
I think like Doc obviously he did his first crossover episode, and I think like he got sick, and then his wife and kid or something like that, so he basically didn't have time.
Got sick.
Yeah, I meant it in the way. Yeah, I meant it in the way of like, why was he teleported into the middle of nowhere?
I mean, most of them were teleported around.
Yeah, but they were teleported like very close to another empire, and I think I remember watching like I think everyone's videos on that, and I think Doc was the only one that got very lost and didn't find anyone for like the first 40 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
So like I thought that meant that they were gonna be basically living in an empire, not necessarily the empire they were teleported to.
Yeah.
But like that they were gonna basically be like assigned into an empire.
Yeah.
And that would have been great, and it would have been really fun to just have a lot of those interactions.
Yeah, because
at the same
like
time,
I loved Exuma's, Joey's, and Cleo's first episode of the crossover, because like it was so good. They interacted with the empires without like being in this big group where you can't get anything out of it. You can't do lore because people are like, "Oh, pigs, you're." From recap, pigs.
That was really funny though. That was hilarious.
like break the fourth wall and stuff. Like it would be so cool if like the Widow Roses could have met up, like with Pearl, Jam, and Frip, and sausage and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would have loved to have like more lore extracted from it, because I feel like Exuma and Cleo, like they built such good characters out of the first episode, even though like I don't know, I loved their episode.
No, I absolutely agree. I think like the best first episodes of the crossover, I think it is X and Cleo. Like it was just like they got the hang of it. Like, okay, we're in a different world. We're just gonna play along, basically.
Yeah.
Which is like
without that big group, I didn't like the group. It was so chaotic. Like no one could really say anything, and I would.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I would just like they to like stay in one empire like the first episode, and then like move on to other empires, and then from
what
the
I
next
wanted?
episode and stuff.
Yeah, you know what I wanted, and I think we got robbed and we needed more.
Yeah.
More ranchers.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
The
ranchers.
ranchers. They just saw each other for a little bit, and like it was Tango that like edited Jimmy with like hearts and all of that, and then
Yeah.
they never interacted again.
It's so sad.
And I feel like we were robbed. Like they had an opportunity. Like it was like the worst crumbs that we could have gotten. Because like it was enough crumbs to make a piece of bread. A very sad piece of bread.
A very sad piece of bread.
Yeah, and like Dusty said, I think maybe if they could have like stick together a little bit more and just like interacted a little bit more with like the empires, because if the point of an SMP is to interact with the other players, a point of a crossover SMP is to interact with even more people.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Skulk Cub was a good villain. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm reading what Dusty's saying in the Discord chat.
I mean,
And
I would still have loved him to like message the Empire's members before he did it. Or like set a disclaimer like out of law, I'll clean this up later. Wait, he didn't.
I think
Yeah, I still don't. Honestly, I still like half don't believe you that he didn't do that.
He said it on stream. Scarlett messaged me because Scarlett was keeping me updated after I made the whole thread that Cobb should have put like a disclaimer on that he should. And then he talked about it on stream and he said, "Oh, I didn't actually message him."
Yeah, I think we touched on this. I think when before. I remember talking about this.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Because obviously, like Cobb came from Hermitcraft, where everyone already basically knows each other and they know these pranks and they have these covered pranks. Into a server where people do pranks on each other, but like I don't know, like if, for example, Joel was to join into Hermitcraft and do a prank on the scale of what he does to Jimmy's empire,
yeah,
I think it would be kind of like, okay, well received, because like that's the way pranks work on Hermitcraft. But if we look into how pranks look in empires, basically the only big pranks on that scale are from Jimmy and Joel.
Joel, yeah.
And I think that's what,
I mean,
like, that's why everyone was like,
I mean, not even because like Skulk is like grieving.
Yeah, like that's what, like,
and it's like
stuff,
long lasting.
Yeah, like with the other kind of pranks, like stuff that Joel did to Jimmy, or stuff like the hermits did, like when Boto in season 8 built the giant boat above what was the name of the thing?
I can't remember.
That Tango, Corrales, and Beatles were building.
Big Eyes.
Big Eyes, yeah, there you go. They were building the giant boat, like that kind of stuff's fine because it's not like damaging anything, and like they're completely like willing to take it down themselves. Like, I'm sure if Jimmy asked Joel, can you please take down the walls? Joel would have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like you were saying, MD, with the Skulk, that's because it like that damages the terrain, right? It's not something you just take out because it changes like the grass blocks and stuff into Skulk.
Yeah.
So,
like, obviously, I have like talked a lot about it. It just peeved me for some reason.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. Like,
I mean, also because like there wasn't like a lot of people who got content out of it, because it was like mostly just like Cobb that got content out of it. Because like it was kind of an invitation to do it, but like oh, I grieved you. You can talk to me if you want, but I'm not sure I'm gonna change my ways. Like, you can join the law if you want, but I have already grieved you.
Also, it's really
like,
odd.
I think...
Oh, sorry. No.
Sorry, no. Go ahead.
Okay. What's really odd is like there was Skulk lore from like near the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And was that leading into what Cub did? Or was
I
there
mean,
something else they were
that
gonna
was
do?
no. That was the pigs, the machine, right? Is that what you're talking about?
No. I mean, like there were like bits of like back in like if you go back to Sausage's episode like 2 or 3 or 4 or something, you can see that he just finds a patch of Skulk on the side of one of his buildings that he didn't put that. Well, obviously that he quote unquote didn't put there.
Oh.
In lore.
Yeah.
In like right near the beginning, within like the first month of the server.
I have
And
no
it's like,
idea.
was that planned? Because I know like the crossover was planned months in advance, but it was like.
I don't think it was planned.
I think it's just a loose end. Maybe it was like a lead up to him going to an ancient city and getting Dolores, but
Yeah, because there was that, and then like he found it in different spots. Joey found it in his base. Actually, I wrote this down. There was a time, I don't do this anymore because I got lazy, but there was a time when I used to keep track of every single bit of lore.
Oh god.
In a spreadsheet. I mean, I stopped in. Okay, when did I stop? I looked like I stopped doing it in like October.
Is this for fan fiction, not just because?
It was for fan fiction. Yeah, it was basically so that if I ever needed to thingamajig, words. If I ever needed to write a fic, I didn't have to go scouring through trying to find episodes to get information. I have like all neatly and organized and like spreadsheets and tables and stuff. But then I got exhausted doing that because it meant every single time anyone uploaded an Empires episode, I have to crack open like 3 different Word documents and stuff and get ready to take notes, and it was exhausting. So I decided not to do that.
Yeah.
But up until
Fair
like
enough.
October, let's see. So I got Skulk spreading. Yeah. So there was Sausage finds bits of Skulk, in his base in episode 4, and then he puts the Skulk vein somewhere quote unquote secure, and he's going to do research on it later in episode 5. And then we find small patches of Skulk in Joey's base in Joey's episode 8. So that was September.
Yeah.
The sausage stuff was in August. I think that's all.
Do we think that maybe Shelby planned on having scolding her law? Maybe that's why.
Maybe
because like Shelby has like the same like scold as Cobb did, but just like without like the convulsion to like place Skulk down and stuff. So maybe that it led up to Shelby, but I think it's just like a loose end. They forgot, and then like the crossover happened, and then they completely forgot. It just went out of the window.
I think that's probably what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I also think that maybe this is all like going on like nothing really, but I think maybe they realized that it was incredibly similar to the corruption in season 1.
Yeah, and didn't want to create another one.
Yeah, and a lot of them from the beginning, I think basically all of them at the beginning, they said season 1 was gonna have no connections at all, which was a lie, but
yeah.
I mean, Sausage was lying from the beginning, and I think I said this before.
He
Sausage was lying through his teeth when he said that.
But we all knew that Sausage was probably lying from everything that he was doing, basically.
The moment he was talking about like Saint Pearl, that was the moment. It was like, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he started the obsession in Afterlife, so.
True.
I mean,
but
things like that make sense because if you're building the world, like if you're continuing basically on the same world, but years and years and years in the future, it will make sense that there were some records and like eventually, Pearl became some sort of god and saint. So it would make sense to have Saint Pearl there. And actually, like I was really happy, like what Lizzie did basically. Like it is part of the backstory, but it's not the main.
It has no direct relevance. Yeah.
Yes. So I was actually really excited when Saint Pearl was first like introduced, and it was like really like Shelby mentioning Gem as the Great Witch of the Past because it's in the same world. They could have easily been like, this is like an entire different world and an entire timeline. Like nothing in season 1 actually happened in this world, but they didn't. They just said it happened, but it happened like years and years and years ago.
Also, something else I just remembered. You know when Pixel built the giant Saint Paul statue at his base?
Yes.
Yeah, and obviously Sausage, like he went into like the crypt, and this was like when he was still having his flashbacks and stuff, and he went down into like a hidden passage, and he saw a tomb with his name on it and a Saint Paul mural, and he had a flashback.
I mean, I think Pigs just implemented it because he had like a grave that hasn't been removed when he died, and he put like his stuff in a chest and said, "Here lies Sausage," and he had to like dig it up again. And then he moved it down. At least that's what Pigs said, but like it was perfectly good to like lead on to lore, which is something I love. Sausage and the graves. I pointed it out once on Twitter, but like in the start of the series, Sausage had like he saw his name everyone on a grave, like Pigs make a grave for him, Ollie made a grave, but that was for his dog. Sausage.
Yeah, I know, I was so confused by that.
And then there was another grave, I can't remember what, but and then lastly there was like the grave from Afterlife, and then the grave from season 1 too. Like Sausage and graves, it's everywhere. I like the concept of him just like having to relive life again and again and again. Like death follows him everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, also you can't forget the classic Lizzie and Pet Cemetery as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she built one in episode 1 because like the panda or something got blown up by a creeper, right? I don't think she's put anything in it since.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I do love the fact that Sausage really leans into that, like, death and like, what does he say? Death and rebirth imagery and like its theme. I just don't like when you connect everything.
Yeah. I think it comes from Sausage being a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
Because like Marvel feels like has like this idea that everything has to be connected.
Which is, I will say,
I just don't like that trope. Like some things can just remain unconnected.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, that's, I think in my opinion that's what is like starting to kill the Marvel craze.
Yeah.
Like in real life, and that's what also why a lot of like media just like, we have to connect this to more things. I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
I get what you're saying.
I saw this discourse recently because like people now are expecting everything to be connected, which is maybe hurting.
Like if it's planned in advance how everything is connected.
Yeah, so I just planned it out.
If you just try to connect everything after the fact, it becomes more.
But like you can only plan back so much. I mean, I love what he's like what he's doing. I really enjoy that thing of like, I remember my past lives.
Yeah.
I just hope.
I hope it isn't a thing in the next season where he's like, exactly. I'm the same character. That's what I'm like. Like I love Sausage episode and stuff, but like I hate the fact that he's basically the same character in each series. Then, if it means he has all his memories, because that kind of means that season 2 of Sausage doesn't really exist anymore. And I love season 2 of Sausage. But he's just kind of gone in this multiverse Sausage instead.
Yeah, like you cannot see the character and think, oh, this is a different character. Like just see it's Sausage, which like, I mean, it's the same person playing the character. I'm gonna mention, like, I think I did mention it again in the before, but the reason, for example, I'm gonna make like a really wild example and stuff, but I'm a Critical Role fan, and it also has like different seasons, if you want to call them that, and they all play different characters. And the reason they didn't immediately went with references to the first season in the second season is because they wanted to make sure that they could make a very distinct, very good, different character.
Yeah.
And that they didn't need the nostalgia of having the first season on their backs to make a good story or to make a good character, which I agree with. Like, I do love when you have characters that are connected with the previous ones that you made, played, and just like had. But I think that you do need that break between everything, and Sausage did not give us that break because it was season 1, Afterlife, season 2, and they're all the same. Like, I love it. I do love it. It just feels a little bit I don't want to say like overwhelming. It's just like, yeah, like you said, I would love to see season 2 season 2 Sausage instead of multiverse Sausage.
Yeah.
He's basically just playing everyone and no one at the same time.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's without the like just putting everything together can be a bit overwhelming, especially if you're like newer. Like, imagine like season 2 is the first season of Empires you've watched. You struggle to know what's going on.
Yeah, basically, like I would recommend like people Sausage season 2 like in the start and say like, okay, yeah, you need to watch season 1 to like get the whole thing, and then you maybe also need to watch Afterlife, and then when you're already with it, then you need to watch the hardcore series. And then like there's a lot of layers onto it.
Yeah, the man literally made Marvel.
The man made Marvel, yeah.
He's just Marvel. Like, even with like the timelines of some things, like he like jumped back and forth with like his series. I mean, it's not a bad thing.
No.
It's just I was not expecting Marvel on my funny blog people SMP.
I mean, I love shonen and Marvel stuff. So I don't really have like much against it. So like I understand it. Also like with the part of him having so many powers, he can't really choose a thing before his character. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I have this magic stuff. I can do nature magic. I can talk to animals. Also, I made this AI robot, and I have this son with a god. Like, he can't really choose like one simple part of his character, but like that, I'm like, I'm pretty like sensitized to that because I have watched a lot of shonen animes and stuff. So honestly, it doesn't. I love him for that. Just like being overpowered.
Yeah, I mean, I love that he feels so overpowered and so chaotic, and he's just doing whatever. It's just I don't know. I would love like a more grounded character, I guess. Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Also,
Like,
we were supposed to talk about empires in general, not sausage specifically.
Yeah, I know.
Go past like 20 minutes.
Okay.
I mean,
well, sausage is a big part of connecting season 1 and season 2, which is what we're talking about.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, we can talk about other characters. Gemini Tay.
Gemini Tay.
I mean, Gemini Tay also connects.
Is great.
Yeah,
not really. She doesn't connect because she said that they're not the same character.
Yeah, season 1 and season 2 Gem are completely different.
But also, I mean, season 2 Gem and Hermitcraft Gem are the same person.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I like that's what I think is like. I don't know. I like it. like I really like the way Jim handled that.
Yeah.
And I think that was like, I don't know. I really do like that they Dawn Gem and Great Wizard Gem do feel like two separate characters because they are.
They are, and I think like you can like kind of make that connection that Hermitcraft, what is season 9 and Empires is season 2 is like the same person, even though they're like vastly different. Like, I feel like Gem didn't really explore it, so it was also kind of a reveal to the viewers before. Like, Gem didn't really explore it before, like, the crossover event happened. I would have liked her to, like, explore it before the crossover event, but, like, that would kind of be difficult. But, like...
It did feel, like, a little sudden that, oh yeah, I'm the same person. But
I mean, I would have loved, like, if Gemini Tay actually accidentally joined Hermitcraft and then said, oops! Wrong clothes, and then changed.
Yeah.
Like, I would have loved that. Like, just a quick joke or something. That it would be cool.
Yeah.
Just
do you want to move to the courthouse?
Yeah, let's move.
Everyone hop on Emdy's head.
No, don't
Wait,
leave me.
I can't swim that fast.
I have a nice pillow on my head.
It's very comfortable.
You can hop on. You won't suffocate. I promise.
Someone pressed shift.
Someone pressed shift. Yeah.
I'll just move out. Wait. You can still join.
Oh.
I just don't want you to suffocate.
Oh, it's raining.
You can't try it in the rain.
Okay. Is everyone on? Okay.
I think everyone's on.
Yes.
Oh god.
Oh, wrong fireworks.
I can't remember who said that. Who gave me that, but it got me to half health. Luckily, I didn't die.
That would have been hilarious.
Okay.
It would be really funny.
Are everyone ready to fall?
Ow! Why did? Yeah.
Oh, the baby zombie. Where'd the baby zombie come from?
Run inside!
Yeah, run inside. Into the courthouse. Thank you.
Okay, which courtroom? Are they the same?
Big one, the big one.
Well, unless you want to go to the little one, suppose go to the big one.
No, the big one,
Wait, is this the big one? I feel like I have no idea, honestly.
This is the big one.
This is the big one. This is where we had the trial for speaking French.
For Nad speaking French, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, so deserved.
Need to edit that. I still need to edit and post that video.
But yeah, I think I was gonna mention. I wanted to jump to Falls lore in season 2 because, like, I think she's. I don't think I saw her before in like doing lore.
Yeah.
And the way that she handled the lore. I don't think she's posted recently.
No, she hasn't.
Hermitcraft, but not Empires, I don't think.
Yeah, she has posted Hermitcraft, but yeah, Empires has been a little bit like left behind, which sucks because I do love the.
Yeah, I love the
lore that
too.
she made. Yeah, and like, I was sort of expecting, like, I didn't know what I was expecting. Like, I think Falls was one of those characters that I actually didn't know and didn't like. I had no idea what to expect from her lore.
Yeah, because she also started the series with like saying like, oh, I don't know what to do with my character. Comment down in the comments below what you think I should do. Then everyone was like, time traveler.
Yeah. And then turns out that she isn't actually a time traveler. It's just like, I don't know. I really like how like she handled that, because especially since she wasn't in season 1, she didn't have like an idea of how it was like to actually like handle and play lore, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, she has a really nice build up, like with the signs and stuff, and like the towers, and then like interacting with each other on each episode too. Also, like, this kind of off topic, but like you can compare Falls and Sausage to each other, because like suddenly there was a mysterious tower that appeared in the Empire.
Yeah.
With the evil version.
Yeah, although in this, Empire's Falls was the evil one, I think, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
But still, like, a Hermitcraft Falls cloned the first Falls and kind of like had like a weird thing going on.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. It's been a while. I need to rewatch and stuff.
I think, I mean, I think I don't know. It just like it was good, and when I watched before everything was revealed, I remember watching Falls episodes and being so intrigued by everything. And just like trying to fit everything on like one thing, like the things that people came up as like theories and all of that, because like we thought that she was a time traveler, and then we thought that wait, so there's two falses, like then who is like the real false, and then turns out they are both twins. Like it was just a
were they twins? I thought Hermitcraft Falls was the original, and then
yeah, Hermitcraft Falls was the original that cloned.
If like I think it was something like they were twins, but I don't know, I can be wrong. I mean, again, it's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
But yeah, I really like, because Falls is not someone that did season 1 lore, so it's just
also guys, we're supposed to be comparing season 1 and 2.
We're talking about characters right now.
I know,
it's fine.
I'm talking about how
we can extend this topic.
I don't know.
We can extend this topic.
Okay. How? Let me tie it back in. I think individual character lore is strong in season 2, like season 1. Yeah. But like group character lore is a lot weaker in season 2 up until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, like I think that's kind of why. Kind of. Yes. No, I agree. I think season 1, like we said, everything in the lore of season 1, like most of the season 1 lore was
connected.
Everyone interacting with everyone.
Everyone was involved in it in some fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like season 2,
the season 1 was defined by the alliances, like the characters was defined by the alliances and enemies, and season 2 is defined by like the character they created beforehand.
No, that's only for like Sausage.
I mean, kind of.
Everyone else, for everyone else, it was for like season 1, it was a lot of it was like their relationships with everyone else, all the other characters. But with season 2, it's like that relationship's not as relevant to their character for most people, and I think that's why we felt season 1 was stronger. But I think now we can start talking about what's happened over the past like 1 or 2 weeks. So you got the whole stuff with like the Fae, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see where that goes, honestly.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
It's not just one person, everyone's being involved.
Yeah, and there's like 2 things going on, because like the crown is also being involved now.
Yes.
And
he randomly decided to do a lot of lore at the same time.
Episode yet.
Like I'm so happy with the crown, because like I was kind of like being like, oh, we have exhausted the crown on this server, but like but I feel inspired again to continue the crown on the server because of that.
Yeah.
I really want to know how Pix found it.
Yeah,
I guess we'll
I'm
see when his
excited.
episode comes out. We'll see,
Yeah.
but I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
like,
mean,
it's finally got group lore, like that connects everybody.
yes, yes.
Crown and
like,
Faye, double group lore that
group
connects
lore,
everyone at the
we're-
same time.
we're
This is
being
what we
fed-
wanted. This is why we
Yes.
loved season 1 so much, and it's finally here.
They
It's
didn't hear our
happening.
complaints and they did what we wanted. Like, we were saying this Lorecast 0.0. We were like,
So
okay,
zero, yeah.
we want a big villain. It was kind of leading up to having what was it, Joel as a villain? Oh, I can't remember, but Joel is kind of not villainy anymore. He's just like a fun, goofy guy that's there.
Yeah. I think like the main thing was you wanted characters to be like, at least for me personally, I wanted characters to be just dependent on each other. Like you couldn't just like take like Scott's right from pretty much all of season 2. If you like moved him to a single player world, he could have told mostly the same story he did.
Yeah.
In this season, like with some stuff like the black market, like that's good, but like other than that, he's done like his story hasn't really had much that's drawn in other people. Same with, I mean, okay, not Catherine, because it's like the whole thing with Shelby and Joey. But like Lizzie to a degree, Flip to a degree, False as well. Like her lore is really cool, but she's not really interacted with the other empires all that much.
Like I like I said that before, but like it does feel like just a bunch of single player series in the same server.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like the big criticism for season 2 compared to season 1 in Lorecast 0 was basically we just like there has to be a common villain and someone they can all fight against or with. Like there has to be one unifying factor.
I mean, I don't think there has to be. I just think they need to interact with each other. Like they need to be dependent on each other.
I mean, I think it's a good excuse to interact with each other.
It's a good excuse. It's a good reason, but it doesn't have to be like that.
I mean, they could have done the same thing with Carp if they did something with it. I mean, they kind of did with like Shelby and what was it, Fripp? Yeah, they unified against. I can't remember.
With Pixel like covering South in the Scott to try and trick Cub into thinking he was on his side.
They kind of unified against Cub, but there wasn't like a lot. But Cub was like a good enemy if people jumped at the chance to like get lore. But like there was a lot of stuff happening at the same time, so I understand why the common enemy. It wasn't like discussed either, so.
Yeah, and also like obviously the crossover wasn't going to last too long, so.
Yeah. Okay, I think not enemy. I think there has to be a common issue, something that happens that
that gets most people involved and divides people.
Yeah.
Yes, like that's the thing. That's what Sornov was, and that's what at the very beginning I thought was gonna be with the Ender Dragon Gun. Like I thought there was like. Oh hey, why there was gonna be something there, but it was just Aldi.
I mean, I guessed it was a Ollie because like I think I typed something like, oh, I need to fit Ollie into the lore. Who's the guy? He could be Lizzie's backup singer. He could be the tryhard who killed the dragon, or he can be like a bard. Like, I'm right on 2 of those.
Yeah.
MD writing Ollie's lore confirmed.
Yeah. I mean, and then he jumped a bit later.
MD is actually the Empire's writer. We have confirmed that.
Yeah. MD is actually like secret empire. So basically, MD is like pulling all the strings and all the Empire's members.
Yeah. This
Confirmed.
is a complaint from season 2 from an artist. I hate the fact there's an odd number, because when you're drawing all the characters, you have to like make it an odd number on one of the sides.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just a complaint from characters.
This is MD asking that to bring Pearl back on. So it's an even number with 14.
Please bring Pearl back on. I want Pearl. Or we can put Owen and Martin in too, but
or Martin. Martin is a permanent character.
And then there's Hermes, and then there's Eddie, and then there's Maria. Like you can fit more and more on, but like it just
The base players.
yeah, the base players. Like if you want to do like a character design of all the players and you put in like layers, or like put like 4 in each of the sections, like you have to put like an extra somewhere and stuff.
Or you have to add in like Hermes or something.
Yeah,
to even out the numbers.
And it's a problem everywhere. Like in the casino, we had like statues up to like the casino cave, and that's like an odd number of members. So we had to place Hermes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no complaints, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like it doesn't. The aesthetic. Where's the aesthetic?
Also, like I made like the kitchen utensils thing a day before Ollie joined, so I had like a kitchen utensil, and I was like, oh, let me just add Ollie onto it, because people were asking me like 12 hours later, where's Ollie? Where's Ollie? Like 1 hour after Ollie was announced, and I was like, okay.
Oh god. Yeah, I think.
But I think if like we have the Jimmy villain arc is. I'm not 100% sure what Jimmy's plans are with that exactly.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And then we have the whole Bratwurst and corrupted Shelby arc. So that's tying in Shelby as well, which is really nice. So Shelby is I don't know how much I don't know. I mean, Shelby's kind of on Bratwurst's side. I mean Shelby's on Bratwurst's side, but she doesn't understand who Bratwurst is.
I mean, okay. Hear me out. This sounds like what was it called in Afterlife? The villain thing. I can't remember the villain incarnate corporation.
Yeah, no, wait, that was Kingdom Cross, wasn't it?
I can't remember, but they had villains, and Sausage and Shelby, they were good. I loved them together, and then they just died on Scott together, being like, oh, sorry. I don't know. I love them together. Also, like they're like.
Oh yeah, the afterlife. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm just like happy that the two evil versions of themselves are friends again, because like it just makes sense. They're best buds.
Yeah.
Best buds. Yeah, this is like I'm actually really excited to what's gonna happen with all this. Like, is Shelby gonna stick by Bratwurst's side the whole time? Is when Shelby realizes just how extreme Bratwurst is she gonna realize that she's in the wrong, or do her own thing? Obviously, we got Jimmy and Martin. I'm not sure how active Martin's going to be in the whole thing, but we got Jimmy and Martin. Obviously, they're against Bratwurst and Shelby. I guess Joey would also be against Shelby.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Joey's most recent episode. Oh, wait, no. I need to watch Joey's most recent episode.
Yeah, no. Joey is still against Shelby.
Yeah. Like, does he know that it was Shelby, Flip, and Bratwurst that made the trap?
No, he thinks it was Skeletron.
Oh, okay.
So they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still against Shelby. They still have a rivalry. They don't like each other.
And then it's like how... sorry, no.
Right. Now, I do wonder if, like, all of these... Because everyone has, like, right now there's a lot of going on, and everyone has like a lot of loose ends. I do wonder how they're gonna tie all of that up to the Fae.
I mean, I think they have like something planned.
They've probably got some. They've probably got a plan.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll see what that plan is.
I have a leading theory that Jimmy's villain art is just fan service.
Yes. I agree.
Because he isn't the type to plan out lore.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's just fan service. He's like, oh, Sausage gets so many shirtless fan art. I want that too. He gets red eyes. I want that too.
I don't know.
Jimmy is like, just like fan service.
It's fan service for himself. He just wants to see art of him with his abs out. Like, he definitely saw like the Traffic Light series fan art of
Scott.
Scar.
Scar and Sausage is a bad influence on Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know like how much of that was like he just wanted to try, because I cannot even like if it kind of already happened, I cannot see Jimmy playing a villain or like a bad guy. I cannot, like, even the episode that he posted, it was I could not take him seriously.
Also, like, I don't know, he it just doesn't fit him. Like, he's a red rag. he's kind of spineless. He's just following the old sheriff voices.
Yeah.
And then when Jimmy tried to be the villain and steal on the anvils, he got blown off and lost all the anvils.
Yeah.
He's kind of the like comic villain that always like plans out of plan to do and then fails it at the end of the episode and then be like, I'll get you next time. Stroking his cat.
Stroking his cat. Norman is just chilling there. Like, yeah, whatever, Jimmy, thanks.
More awkward. I agree. But I don't think how much of that was like the fans being like, we want a Jimmy villain arc, and how much it was like actually him like
he was being bullied by literally everyone since pretty much the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, you brought this up earlier, Budgie, that like his arc doesn't fit the other characters. With like Jem killing Jimmy.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of feel like it was a dream because it wasn't in other episodes. It was only in Jimmy's. I feel like it was something he just dreamed up or something.
If you looked at Jem's episode, I don't think it was in Sausages or... I'm not sure if it was in Whips, actually. I don't think I haven't watched... Oh, sorry.
Was it in Jem's? I can't remember.
I haven't watched Whips' most recent episode, so I need to check that.
No, it wasn't in Whips.
It was in Jem's, though. Because, like, she starts her... I think it's her most recent episode. She starts it on fire, and then she has a flashback to when she killed Jimmy. And then she's like, oh, the sun is punishing me for doing something bad. And it's like, that's actually cool lore. The sun punishes Jem if she messes up.
Get sunburns.
So she's blessed by the sun, but the sun doesn't tolerate violence.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would make a lot more sense if Jimmy had like a villain arc on season 1. I'm trying to bring back again the discussion that it's like differences between season 1 and season 2. But I think it would have made a little bit more sense because back then he was actually, maybe not willingly and maybe not that he noticed, but he was basically on Sornot's side. And he was like, he's the one that was freeing the freeing Sornoth by slaying the dragon. I mean,
he didn't know that slaying the dragon would free Sornoth.
I mean, he was kind of neutral on the Sornoth. He was just like, oh, I don't want this giant eye in my land.
Yeah, I think it's like he was definitely against Zornoth, but his actions inadvertently enabled him.
Yeah, and that's why I think it would have made more sense if like season 1 Jimmy got corrupted, and he had like a villain arc back then, because like right now, he was like bullied and all of that, but like it doesn't make sense with the character that he's currently playing. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
I mean, he's trying to be lawful evil, so
kind of. I think it would be really interesting if like the Fae kind of offer him power or something.
yeah.
Because it's like if the Fae offer him power, I totally see Evil Jimmy.
Yeah.
Taking it.
Yeah. No,
and
definitely.
if he stops being kind of a failure.
Yeah. Like if he takes
he's
power and
something-
actually becomes successful in villainy.
No, if that happens, I will actually like cry. I think the world will end.
Yeah, the world will end. The day we see Jimmy being respected is the day we die.
Yeah, it's the day, like that's why season 2 ends. Like everyone starts talking Jimmy, and the world is like, nope, that's not happening, and it explodes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, so like we have the whole. Yeah, I think then the Fae, like the Fae storyline's just gotten started, and like we were saying earlier, it's probably going to run till the end of the season.
Mm.
So obviously we don't know how long it's going to run for. I'd imagine. I mean, The Crown last season ran for like 2-3 months. So it might last about that long. That's kind of how much I'm guessing. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they're aiming for like on the 1-year anniversary. They post the. Actually, when was the 1-year anniversary again? Didn't I check?
I'm expecting that by
25th
summer.
of June. Yeah, it was 25th of June. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm expecting that by summer.
So
I mean,
like
I don't know.
That sounds about right. 3 months.
Yeah.
Oh, unrelated. I'm so excited to redraw my banner because that was the first anniversary of the first season. Then I have to redraw it for the second season. I'm excited to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want season 2 to end, but at the same time, I'm really excited to see what people would do with the season 3.
Yeah,
because
I mean, we don't know if there will be a season 3.
Yeah,
I believe there will be. There will be a season 3 as long as they can fit swords on that grass block. And I have fitted over 500 on them. They can do it.
I saw.
Season 500. I think they. I mean, it's very up to them, but I think it relies on how much people are currently liking season 2.
Yeah.
Or like how much people are reacting, which I think I think we're good.
Yeah, and we are continuing to turn out fan art.
Yeah, like I can be like all critical about season 2 and like how I didn't like it up until like 2 weeks ago or so. But in reality, I'm there screaming.
It's like didn't like it. It's like not really.
It's a relative term.
Yeah, it's relative. If like to season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And season 1's like a tough bar to cross. Like they'd have to do some like serious like analysis and planning and stuff to make sure they got like something that beats season 1 reliably.
Yeah. I'm gonna like being honest, I think I'm enjoying season 2 more just because I have people to scream with.
Yeah. Season 1 was odd for me because like at the time I only watched Lizzie and Joel, and that was it. Like I didn't watch anyone else, and I wasn't really into the Empire's community at the time much either. I think I was a little bit, but not much.
Yeah.
But then it's only like once season 1 finale happened that I went back and watched a bunch of different series. So I watched Sausages, I watched Shrubs, I should say. I watched Catherine's. I think I watched Gems as well. And it's like that's when I got way more into it, and yeah, I really like fell in love with season 1, and also season 2. It's like it's not matched my expectations. It's not exactly what I was expecting. Because like I said, there wasn't the like character dependencies in each other's stories, but it's great. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, what's happening now, we currently get what I like the most about season 1 back as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I love it.
Yeah, I knew that if I started like getting a little bit more involved in the community of Empires, I would slip and fall all the way down. And I did. Like I knew that, and that's why I didn't want it at first. Yeah.
You were holding
that's
your
why
back self of
I
greatness.
was holding back. I was so scared. I was terrified. And then I mean, I have one friend in real life that watched season 1, and then started watching season 2, but they stopped watching. So I was like, I need to have someone to talk with about this, and that's why I just decided to look around and like started looking at fan art, because I did not look at fan art before. And then like it happened, and I think it's way more enjoyable now that like have like people to talk about it, and I can come here and be like, I love Jimmy's villain arc because he's like a wet cat, and everyone will be like, yeah, same. Or like, you know, it's like a discussion, and like I do like that. And like Dusty's saying in the Discord chat, the community has grown so much since season 1. And there's now a lot more fan art and fanfics and everything. And I think it has grown a lot because I believe that people did what you did, Budgie, that like people only really watched a few POVs, and then the finale happened and they just went back to watch everyone else's.
I think part of the reason I watched so few points of view in season 1 is also because I was watching Lizzie and Joel, and they had like the least interactions with everyone else.
Yeah.
Like they were both mostly uninvolved with the Zornoth stuff. And obviously there was like some things like the Quadvengers and stuff, but there wasn't that much compared to everyone else. So it was mostly like, I watched Lizzie and Joel, I watched their finales, then I watched everyone else's finales, and then I went back to the start of that and rewatched watched their seasons. So I watched like everyone's finale, like I watched Sausage's finale before I watched any other part of the series.
Yeah. I think I was watching everyone on season 1. I think, and it's like a big I think, because pretty sure I watched everyone, at least one episode of everyone's Empire series, not watched like the entire thing, if that makes any sense. But like just like randomly seeing the series grow, and yeah, like what Dusty's like, again, I'm just reading the chat in Discord.
Yeah.
What Dusty's saying, that being in the fandom when it first started was a little intimidating because there wasn't that many people interested. But now the second season brought this whole server together and stuff as a community. And I agree, like it has grown to a point where like we can actually like yeah, we're gonna find people like to talk to. And I don't know. I mean, at least on my end, the second season is what has brought up like the second season.
It has developed the community because like it just gone like a lot of new people, because by the end of season 1 a lot of people was talking about this series Empires. I joined like right before like 14 days, and then I finished it on the day that the finales was released. So I have like had the experience of like being in the fandom for literally 14 days before it all went down. So like I feel like it's just like we created so much hype, and one of the most efficient ways of growing your fandom is to shitpost about characters. Like not even fan art, shitpost about characters, saying their little blobbo, and be like, oh, he's such a baby girl. People would be like, oh, I want another baby girl, and fall down to the series instead of fan art, because I don't know. I just think shit posting about characters is like how you get people to be like, oh, this person is obsessed with this character. It must be great. And that really happened with Empires at some certain point. Also, like a fan art, the community just exploded after season 1. A lot of people got interested, and then with the start of season 2, people got even more interested. And then the crossover happened, and people was like, "Oh, there's this Empires. I have heard of it, but now people are interacting with it. Maybe I need to get into it." So like, the community has just really grown.
Yeah, and I think the fact they announced that there would be a season 2 at the end of season 1, at the end of most people's season 1 finale, they said season 2 is coming, or something like that.
Yeah, they hyped it up so good,
and that kept the hype train kind of chugging along.
Yeah, and also like revealing like, okay, this is everyone's vibe, like from Joe's Twitter being like,
okay,
I
remember that.
Yeah, where we were like guessing which character was and stuff.
Turns out also Ollie was there the whole time apparently, and no one realized because it was like a question mark or something.
I mean, I kind of did.
Obviously MD knew because you were orchestrating the whole thing. But
yeah,
the rest
I knew. I sorry, I'm in the Discord. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
MD knew because MD is actually our insider agent.
Yeah. It's actually the reason MD hasn't said too much, like compared to me or Noah in the past like 10 minutes, is because she's actually like helping Sausage write his lore right now.
Yeah, I know everything.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it. Yeah, Sausage said so.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, MD. I'm sure Sausage appreciates it.
Yeah, I mean that's how you keep a series alive, basically. Like, you just like hype it up, but like also the way it just like ended, and it was painful for every POV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
and,
not
and
Joey's.
Then, I mean,
Joey's wasn't painful.
Joey died.
Joey died.
No, but he was happily with Sovinov.
True.
He died.
Oh, God.
He was like bouncing around with Sovinov happily ever after things. Like, at least he had a good dream while afterlife.
I mean, technically, Scott had the same thing as well, chilling with his brother.
Yeah.
And Jimmy.
Yeah.
But he also died.
He also died. Paul also died,
dead.
and she didn't get a nice happy afterlife.
I mean, it was revealed that she.
I mean,
it basically
she did, I guess.
didn't matter because she was a god.
Yeah, Pearl's got.
Actually, she was not a god. She was turned into a god eventually by Sausage, I think. Like.
By Sausage, I don't know.
Here's my headcanon. She died, and then I mean, the way you make a god basically is you make something or someone a god.
You
right?
hype it up.
You
believe in them, like.
Yeah, and you start like doing that, and if you start believing in them, and people start following you and believing in them, that's how you make a god. And I think my headcanon is that that's what Sausage did. Like he just like turned her into a god basically, and that's why she became a god. But also like Dusty saying that Pearl became a god, like they thought Pearl became a god through her sacrifice, like Renaissance saint basically. And I think that can also fit very well. Like she sacrificed herself to try and she was basically like trying to save the world in some way. It didn't work, but she tried, and like she gave away her life to do so.
I mean, I think it was for. I don't think she's. I don't know. I mean, I've had canon that Pearl was always a god. Because same way like Joel is in season 2, Pearl was a god in season 1, but she was actually like kind of humble about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, she's so connected to the land too.
Yeah.
Like the giant beanstalk. I don't know. I feel like it was like her trying to suppress her powers, but still like, oh whoops, the beanstalk it is growing. I'm not suppressing my powers that well.
Citizens, Ignore this giant beanstalk growing in the middle of our empire. I've got it totally under control. I promise.
It's
Everyone
nothing
was
with
like,
me
"Yeah,
to do. It's not my power. What are you talking about?
Yeah. She could have been a non like a dormant god, like she was a god, and then like she wasn't awakened yet.
Yeah,
That's the
that
thing,
could
like-
make sense.
I don't know. Like I mean, at the end of the day, they can all I can't speak. They can all have their own like lore and stuff. So like, I don't know. I mean, Sausage has he said like what
No.
like anything? Yeah, like we don't know.
I mean, basically, he has said something because, like, when he went to Pearl, he had like a bunch of flashback and said like, "Oh, I have lived all these lives. I've been reincarnated again and again."
Yeah.
And like, Pearl says, "Oh, we meet again and stuff." And Angel Pearl and Angel Sausage lived together in a house before Afterlife. They knew each other. They were like, "Oh, hi, we meet again," and not like in the sense of empires meet again. They knew each other, so we can like certainly say that Sausage has been reincarnated and died multiple times and went up to Pearl. So I believe that Pearl has been a god for longer.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it makes more
see that.
sense. But yeah, I don't know. I really like the concept of. I don't know, like having
I like the concept. You can think what you think.
Yeah.
I like the concept.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I
mean-
said, it's not like Sausage may have said something about it, but we don't have like an actual answer to, hey, how long has Saint Pearl been a god? Did she become a god after she died in season 1? Was she before?
Always a god?
Was she always a god? Yeah, like we don't have an answer to that. And as long as we don't have an answer to that, we can believe whatever we want. So
the theory about like people having to believe in you. I feel like Joel was just believing in himself and made himself God. He was the only person who believed in himself. Like all the comments were like, "You're not a god, Joel." And Joel was like, "Yeah, I'm a god." Believed in himself so much that he became a god.
That's exactly that's exactly the kind of headcanons and like the things that I like about this concept. Like Pearl became a goddess of some sort, or like a saint, because other people started believing in her because of Sausage, while Joel became a god because he believed in himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we can just think whatever we want, as long as it's not confirmed.
Like in Twitch chat, like that's a good point. With like, praying for good harvest, because like if you think about it, the ancient empire worshipped Pearl. They made statues and stuff, and like I feel like you would worship a farmer god or saint in like a really dry desert where you don't really get much crops, and like your export is frog lights. So I feel like that makes sense for the ancient empire to worship Pearl, if like there was a connection with like after the rapture that something happened and people started to pray to like the farmer kingdom to give them crops and stuff.
But also, I don't know if that's like what I read or thought or what. Doesn't season 2 happen 1,000 years after season 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that time, it feels like there could have been like a civilization created that already like prayed to Saint Pearl. Like 1,000 years is a lot of years, so it doesn't. It makes sense that there would have been a kingdom, or like a kingdom that how do you say
rose
rose up. That rose up and started like believed in Saint Pearl, and then it fell. Like it doesn't sound too far fetched.
No.
That like it
1,000 years is
started.
a long time.
It is a really long time. I don't know. I think it makes sense, and I think like those are the little connections that I really love about. Like those are the connections that I really like of season 1 and season 2. Like the ones that don't impact directly the story, but are like they're there for world building.
Yeah.
They like
Yeah.
the statue that Pix built. It was just some way of adding into the world and adding the lore of the world into it, and at the same time, Lizzie casually hinting and then actually mentioning that she's a descendant from the Lost Empire. Like because I think we just got it like 100% confirmed last episode.
I think it was confirmed earlier. Or like
I mean, I think like she mentioned it. She implied it, but she actually said like we're not in the jungle empire anymore or something like that. She actually said something in the last episode. So like actually got confirmed, which does not impact directly on her lore now.
No, it expands it.
Yeah.
It expands it, yeah. And like that's what I was hoping or like expecting.
Yeah.
From
with sausage, like, it kind of narrows it. Like, you can't really do much with it.
Yeah.
Like it sets like it makes it like the rules. So like, you can't really make any connections because like everything is explained almost.
Yeah. Like that's. I don't know. Like I'm actually excited to see what sausage does in season 3.
Yeah.
Like. Because I don't know, it just feels like it would be an interesting thing of seeing how people. I mean, because now you can have like for season 3, for example, you can have people who worship Saint Pearl and Joel. And also like you can have like.
I mean, you also had Ocean Queen as well from season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Ocean Queen's like season 1 Lizzie's probably and Jimmy are probably still alive, even if they're in human form and don't remember anything.
I would love. I mean, this is probably not gonna happen, but it would be so fun and so interesting seeing either Jimmy or Lizzie like playing a season 3 character, and turns out that it's their season 1 character.
Yeah.
But they don't remember anything, and you don't get that reveal until like the very, very, very end.
I mean, there would have to be some lead up where people.
There would have to be some build up, and I think the
problem is theories and stuff, like some comments and stuff.
Yeah, I think the only problem is any build up you do with something like that would immediately be spotted.
Yeah,
because you start talking about water or pod or
what could
fish or anything like that. Bam! Everyone's instantly on it. That's the only thing people can think about.
It would be. You know what? It could be like. I'm gonna set an example, but Lizzie in season 3, her empire is on like the top of a mountain because it's snow, and it's not water per se, but it is snow. So it's like, yes, I don't know. Like there can be things like there can be hints, and they will absolutely be spotted immediately.
Yeah.
But it would be really fun and really interesting seeing how they play it. I don't know, but I mean, it's obviously like a thing that will never happen.
I think it'd be cool, like a one-off character.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking of writing a fic about this, but I haven't. I mean, maybe someday still. It's on the table. But like Pixel is just doing his archaeology thing, and he just stumbles across like Lizzie, who's still in her human form even after 1,000 years.
Oh, that would be a cool one shot.
Yeah.
That would be so sad as well. Like
that. Yeah. It'd be angsty.
He obviously would have been immediately like, "Oh, Lizzie, hi," and season 1 Lizzie would be like,
Who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah,
like,
I'm not
I've
entirely
never...
sure how I do it. So I'm thinking like Pix is doing some archaeology stuff on the beach or whatever, and then he's like Lizzie's just in the water or something, or just walking on the beach. I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't thought about
would
it too
love
hard.
like a longer series with like Pix unraveling the season 1 of Empires. And I know that was like an expectation with like Pix like making like ancient lore around the thing, like that people where he would make like people unravel season 1 lore. But like we all already know season 1 lore and stuff, so I know that's why he didn't do it. But I would love a series with like him discovering things and like being like, oh, this ancient cup of king and stuff.
Oh, imagine he comes across an ancient he comes across Pixandria, and he comes across like an ancient abandoned ruined David.
Yeah.
And then obviously he has a David under his current base, and it's like, did these ancient civilizations communicate and share technology or something like that? Oh, that'd be so cool.
I know.
Anyway,
I'd love.
We're kind of just talking about headcanons now.
I mean,
yeah.
I want to talk about headcanons. I have like a comic that kind of delves into like bringing season 1 into season 2. That I think I wrote it in like late summer. I just didn't have time to like draw it. But basically, it was like a predecessor to like Shovel coming to the Mangrove Forest, so her being in Witch Academy. So basically, it was like the thing. There's like a theory that Pearl just like shows up sometimes in the like modern world to like see the Empire's cast. So like she was a student and at the Witch Academy with Shelby and was like in a grade higher than Shelby. So she would graduate before Shelby, and she was like the person that would help Shelby with her homework and stuff. But in the last year when Shelby should graduate, like Pearl had already graduated and couldn't help. So Shelby was like kind of distraught. But basically the thing that was the thing was that Shelby is a huge fangirl of Gemini Tay because she invented the Magic Academy. She was like the first principal of the Magic Academy, which is the place she went to. And they're like, oh. Then Pearl is like, oh, she made a bad curriculum because like they talk about cod, the magic properties of cod and salmon. Like we will need that. But
whatever you do not put these two things together in a reactor.
Yeah, like that was something Gem put in the curriculum
1,000 years ago.
Yeah, but then like then Shelby is like, oh, but she had dragons, and then Pearl is like, do you just want to have dragons? And Shelby is like, yes. And then Pearl being like, you know that dragons went extinct hundreds of years ago. And like, from there, the leading theory is that Gem's dragon is the one that Ollie killed. The only dragon that was left.
That's what I was thinking. I know a lot, not just me. A lot of people were thinking this, that the Ender Dragon that was killed was like, because that's why people thought, oh, season 1, because it's like, oh, the Ender Dragon was killed before or something like that. And I thought there'd be another dragon that's, Violet, Gem's dragon that she hatched in season 1, flying around and still around or something like that. But obviously that wasn't the case. It was a Dolly.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
Come on, MD, you need to write better than this. No, I'm joking.
No. But this comic, it was made like a few last summer, so there wasn't a lot to the series, but like I just love the concept that Pearl just sometimes shows up in these things. Like she's just a random character in like every Empire's life, and they don't even know they're the same person. Like with her being like Shelby's mentor in the Witch Academy. I just like that like a lot. And then also connecting that with like the Wizard Academy, with the Witch Academy, with like Jem being the first person to make like magic for like available for like common people, because my leading theory is that Shelby was like born a common person who had to learn magic instead of born with magical powers. But I have like a lot of theories and headcanons about Shelby magic. I think I already discussed that on the headcanon part of Lorecast. That was like the first one.
I mean, I think we can save that conversation for like another time, because we are approaching the 2-hour mark, and we have gone completely off topic, like completely and totally.
No, we're still talking about connecting season 1 to 2.
I think this is like the vaguest, most tenuous connection you could possibly make.
We can make
it's not even canon.
We can make a part 2 to this podcast. We have so much to talk about. We haven't talked about empires on this podcast very much. We've mostly been talking about like the server part, like the fan server and stuff. I really want to talk about empires theories and headcanons and stuff like that.
Next week we've got. I mean, let me check the schedule. Next week we've got.
So.
Oh, next week we've got that one. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
After that we've got more guests coming on. After that. After that, we're kind of going back into.
I mean, I kind of want to make a Lorecast about the children of empires, and then make one of the gods of empires, because like I feel like there's a lot of people we can invite. I don't know if Jordan talks in VC, but that'd be cool to invite on the gods and also alien stuff, which is in Aggie. Alien just draws insane god stuff in Aggie every time. They're not on the server, but like that'd be cool to have on for the god podcast. But I just want to like talk about different stuff about empires. We haven't really talked about it, but that was like the reason we started the Lorecast. It's mostly been filler content until now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it filler. We have talked a lot about. Like,
we have talked a lot about it, but like.
But just a lot of it's been like about the server, rather than empires in general.
We mostly like everything we talked about. We have related it to Empire Split.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the last time was properly just empires.
Yeah.
Was
just mentioning
Hermitopia and the crossover event.
Yeah.
That was the 18th of February.
Yeah, and the first one was about empires headcanons. So we only really talked about it 2 times.
I mean,
this is the 8th Lorecast.
But we also talked about it a bit about the Rift with the crossover.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
So 3 times.
So the first Lorecast, the third one, which was like the Hermitopia crossover event and stuff. And then
this one.
And then this one. So
we need to talk about it more.
Out of the 8 Lorecasts, we only had 3 where we actually talk about empires and stuff.
Yeah. So in conclusion, we will take this into consideration, and we'll invite more guests to talk about their headcanons.
And talking about more about empires and stuff. Yeah.
We should have like a submission forum on Google Docs where people can like submit if they want to be on the Lorecast.
Yeah, we could do that.
If they have like headcanons and stuff, because like I want like the guests for fan artists, I want that to be like a continuation where we have guests for headcanons.
Yeah. Right now we're kind of thinking about bringing on like fan artists and stuff once every 3 weeks. So I'll be alternating the earlier time and then later time. But if it's once every 2 weeks, then it'll be the same time. We won't be like able to alternate. And if it's just like once every 1 week, then it's every single week.
Yeah.
So
I also think that if we wait a little bit more to do like some sort of like Empires talk again, it will be a little bit more different, because of course the current lore that is happening
that
began 2 weeks ago. it's just starting, and by then it may be like either in full swing or over. So it will bring a little bit more of that, what like theories and what's happening and what happened and all of that. Like it can bring back those things.
What I'm thinking is that we make the fan artist a continuous event every 3 weeks, and then we make Empire's SMP a continuation in, like, so we at least talk about it every 3 weeks. We have done that until now, actually, because this is the 8th episode, so we have like talked about it 3 times, but we make like an episode dedicated to Empire's lore, so we should just like talk about something related to Empire's SMP.
To be fair, I mean, we have talked a lot about this server lore.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because I mean
we're playing on the server right now.
We're playing on the server, yeah.
And it's hosted on the server too, and most of the people who watch the stream and Lorecast is playing on the server.
Yeah.
But now that I've begun like advertising it on Twitter, there's like a lot of people who don't play on the server, like a lot, who watch the stream sometimes and jump in, and I don't really know what we're talking about and leave. The Lorecast is meant to be about Empire's Twit, so not Empire's Twit, but Empire's
Empires.
Yeah.
So
which I think it would be a good thing to
keep
talk about.
Future consideration, future planning.
Yep.
But yeah, I is that
that is everything
today then?
Yep.
I think that's it for today then.
I don't know who just joined, but I'm sorry, we're about to finish.
We're about to. All right. Noah.
Okay. Next.
Sorry, wait, MD.
Okay, no. The next episode. What will we talk about?
Next week is the thing.
Oh yeah.
Next week is the thing. Next week's gonna be a really good one, guys. You won't see it coming.
I need some preparation for that. And also you can prepare too. But
5 a.m. Noah.
Next week, it's Saturday again. There's a lot of things going on Saturday. There's also MCC and the musical. So and Lorecast. So be ready.
It's gonna be really right. We have the musical. It's gonna be 9 a.m. UK time, and then the Lorecast is 11 a.m. UK time.
I mean, we would also have the admin meeting, but we're moving that to Friday.
We're gonna have to move that to Friday, probably. Yeah.
Thank you.
It would be chaotic if you always also had to have the admin meeting.
Yeah, because normally
at
we
the
have
same time at the musical.
Yeah. So people are. I'm trying to be singing the musical, and I'm also writing meeting minutes, trying to have a serious discussion.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm not even going to be doing that. I'm not even going to be doing that because of the thing we're doing. Remember?
Yeah. You can pre-record you singing and just
pre-record me singing.
Then be in an admin meeting in a browser tab instead.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, not to just cheat the system.
Yeah, I mean, I think I highly recommend just joining the server on like during the Lorecast. And the musical.
Anyway, I think it's time.
Clear your
Noah,
Saturday. You have to be online all the time.
Yeah. Noah, send us off.
End
the stream for us. Final words.
Thank you all for joining. Hope you enjoyed. We talk a lot. Hopefully we will talk more next week. Goodbye. Again.
We will be silent next week. We're completely quiet.
No.
Cricket sounds only.
Yeah.
Anyway, bye.
Bye.